Welcome to this YouTube channel where we will give the latest news that arises around the world. Let's start. As citizens try to flee the Russian onslaught, dozens of people are murdered in a missile strike on a train station in eastern Ukraine. According to Ukrainian sources, Russian forces fired a missile at a railway station in Kramatorsk, eastern Ukraine, that was being utilized by civilians fleeing the conflict, killing at least 50 people, including 5 children. Pavlo Kyrylenko, the chief of the regional military administration in Donetsk, where the incident occurred, stated 98 people were injured, including 16 children, 46 women, and 36 men. Nearly 300 people were injured in the strike, according to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. At the station, he claimed, people were crammed waiting for the trains to be evacuated to safe area. Why do they feel the need to fire missiles against civilians? Why has the world witnessed such brutality in Bucha and other places freed by the Ukrainian army? Zelensky posed the question to legislators. The rockets hit a temporary waiting room where hundreds of people were waiting for the evacuation train, according to local police. This is another example that Russia is killing civilian Ukrainians in a violent, barbaric manner, with only one purpose in mind: to kill, the mayor of Kramatorsk stated in a statement. During the last 2 weeks, the mayor estimated that 8,000 people visited the station to escape. When the rocket hit, up to 4,000 people were present. Dmytro Kuleba, Ukraine's foreign minister, described the incident as a deliberate massacre. Russians knew there were civilians waiting to be evacuated at the train station in Kramatorsk, he claimed. The Russian Ministry of Defense called the missile strike a provocation in a statement released Friday, echoing recent denials of the indiscriminate slaughter of civilians in the Kiev suburb of Bucha. All claims made by officials of the Kiev nationalist government concerning Russia's alleged missile strike on the train station in Kramatorsk on April 8 are a provocation and do not correspond to reality, the statement added. On April 8, the Russian military forces did not fire any artillery in the city of Kramatorsk, nor did they prepare to do so. We want to highlight that only the Ukrainian armed forces used the Tochka-U tactical missiles, whose wreckage was discovered near the Kramatorsk railway station and documented by eyewitnesses. The Soviet-designed Tochka missile is in Ukrainian troops' arsenal, but it has also been utilized by Russian and rebel forces in the past. Russia's military and senior officials have issued sweeping denials of assaults against civilians, most notably asserting, without evidence, that the Bucha tragedy was manufactured. The slaughter of residents in the town during the Russian occupation has been well recorded. When the Russian invasion of Ukraine began on February 24, the eastern city of Kramatorsk was one of the first targets for the Russian military. Ukrainians have been utilizing the train station to escape the region since late February, according to Inochenko. The Russians were well aware that thousands of people visit the train station every day, she explained. According to Alexander Kamyshin, the head of Ukraine's national rail system, 2 missiles impacted the station. The Russian military used Iskander short-range ballistic missiles, according to Pavlo Kyrylenko, the commander of the Donetsk Regional Military Administration. Such attacks on civilians, according to Almanpour, tend to stiffen Western resolve and may force the European Union to impose even more sanctions on Russia. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Brussels has approved 5 rounds of sanctions against it. Josep Borrell, the EU's top diplomat, denounced the indiscriminate attack, while EU President Charles Michel described it as horrifying. This is simply another attempt to cut off escape routes for those fleeing this illegal war and create human agony, added Borrell. In Kiev this week, Borrell and EU Commission President Ursula von der Leyen will meet with Ukrainian President Zelensky. According to Ukrainian authorities, the bombing comes as Russian forces prepare for a military campaign in eastern Ukraine to retake the contested Donbass region. The so-called Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republics, 2 separatist enclaves that were recognized as autonomous by Russian President Vladimir Putin just before Russia invaded Ukraine, are located in Donbass. The 2 territories have been the scene of a low-intensity combat between Russian-backed separatists and Ukrainian soldiers for nearly 8 years. More than 14,000 people have died as a result of the battle, and Kiev is ready for more. The war for Donbass, according to Ukrainian Foreign Minister Kuleba, is already beginning. He predicted that the fighting would be similar to the catastrophic battles of World War II, with thousands of tanks, armored vehicles, planes, and artillery involved in Moscow's onslaught. Russian forces have completely evacuated from northern Ukraine to Belarus and Russia, according to British intelligence, and more could be sent to eastern Ukraine to fight in Donbass. Officials from Ukraine's military believe they've seen Russian forces massing to the east. Let me know how you liked this news in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe.